Hello, welcome back to my NFL weekly predictions. Did it last year, skip week 1 as usual because we have no idea what the teams look like. But now that I've watched all the teams play, let's jump into it. And tonight is the Thursday night game, 8:15 on Prime, which I will definitely be watching almost immediately after I upload this video. Chargers Chiefs. It's gonna be such a good game. I have so much hype for this game, but it's definitely we're gonna take the Chiefs here in a win for sure. The Chargers, so they spread the ball around a lot last week, but they weren't hitting very favorable targets. Not utilizing Eckler or Williams as much as I'd like. The defense looked fine, but I'm not sure that it's going to be enough to stop the Chiefs, who still look dominant without Tyreek. So, yeah, we're going to chalk this up to a Chiefs dub in a high-scoring game, for sure. And then we'll start with the Sunday games here. Let's see, we got the Dolphins and the Ravens. Yeah, this is going to look like it's going to be a Ravens 2-0 here. They looked unmatchable. Tua still has some things to work out, but I hope that the Dolphins can get their stuff together, because they have a really nice opportunity. Tyreek with 4 receptions, 90 yards or so. It was a lot of catch and run, which is just fine for Tua. He doesn't need to throw the deep ball. Just got to be a little bit better, and I think that they could possibly wild card. Next up, Jets Browns. I'm from Cleveland, so I'm a little biased here, but I think most people know that the Browns are going to win this game. You got Joe Flacco starting for the Jets on a team that has lost Mekhi Becton. It's starting, left tackle against Myles Garrett. We saw how that worked last week with Baker in Carolina, a brand new rookie left tackle. And Baker was sacked 3 times, twice by Garrett, I think. I think that's correct. But yeah, the Jets are going to get pounded by the Browns defense. There's just a mismatch there. The Jets defense is serviceable, but I don't think it's going to stop the rush with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. We'll move on here. Commanders Lions. Oh god, I watched all of Hard Knocks this season. I'm such a Lions fan through and through, but I actually was very impressed with Carson Wentz and with his first half performance, and then his fourth quarter performance. He really dipped after halftime, but still came back and did well at the end of the game. This is a hard one. I think Lions get their first win. I'm gonna go with the Lions win this one, but it's gonna be close and it's gonna be high scoring. That's we're talking 30 plus points on each team again. Colts Jags. I think Colts get the win here. I think that Pittman and Matt Ryan really showed that they do have a connection. Jonathan Taylor took a little bit to get going. That's why you play these guys in the preseason, by the way, because otherwise that's what you're looking at. Jags. Lawrence he's been in for a year now. It's time that he starts really making stuff happen. And his connection to Christian Kirk was fine, right? It's Christian Kirk? No. Kirk. But I don't think that is Christian Kirk. Whatever. That was he was paid money to go be the wide receiver number 1, and he was the wide receiver number 1. So happy for that to work out. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Colts here, but I think the Jags will get a win soon. Let's see, Bucks Saints. Bucks have some injuries kind of piling up here. Saints, Winston looked different in that fourth quarter, coming back, but it's kind of like a rite of passage to come back from a lead on the Falcons. Yeah, we're gonna go Saints here. It's kind of a little bit of a play for me. Usually I'd take the Bucks here, but I do think that the Saints have been better against Brady in the last few years. This has kind of been one of the trouble spots, or the teams or whatnot. So I'm going to go with Saints, and they might start 2-0 here. Giants look great under Dable. Barkley was phenomenal. We're going to go with Giants over Panthers here. I dealt with Baker for 5 years, man. He's got 3/4 of bust in him and then 1/4 of boom, and that's usually how it goes. And they almost won last week, but we drafted a kicker in the 4th. Yeah, no, I just think that the Giants are probably going to be able to manhandle Rule unless they really start utilizing Christian McCaffrey more, which they should have. The guy's insane. He is the best player on your team. Fucking use him. Next up, Pats Steelers. Pats have usually had the Steelers numbers. I think it's like 8-4 or something like that against all time for what's Belichick versus Tomlin. But that was with Brady, and it was against Big Ben. These are different teams now. Steelers are going 2-0 here. Mac Jones looked fine, but the offense looked bad. Does that make sense? Like, your quarterback looks fine, but Matt Patricia's not a fucking offensive coordinator, man. They are not going to be able to score points. Falcons-Rams. I actually think that the Falcons looked pretty decent. Again, just, their blowing lead culture is kind of insane. So we're going to give this one to the Rams here. But I do expect them to have a good showing against the Rams. But I expect them to do well. We'll see. Seahawks, 49ers. I don't believe in Trey Lance. I believe in Geno Smith after that game. So I'm going to go Seahawks 2-0 here. Niners 0-2. And that will really start to make people question whether or not you should put Jimmy G in after Trey Lance is going to have a terrible performance in this game. Back-to-back bad performances. This guy is not what they thought he was. It's unfortunate, but you have the better option sitting behind him. Bengals Cowboys. Dak's out, 0-2, Cooper Rush. Joe Burrow is not going to throw 5 picks or 4 picks and a fumble like he did last week. That's pretty. Unless the appendix contains all of his football talent, I think you can expect a 1-1 Bengals after this week. Texans Broncos. Broncos aren't going to fuck up on the fucking. They're not going to fuck up on the 1 yard line twice again like that, so that's going to be a win for the Broncos. Although I do like I like Davis Mills. I'm not going to lie to you. He's the best quarterback taken in that draft so far. If you look at the stats and the statistics, the man with the neck, he's the best. It's kind of fucked, but yeah. Kind of love it though. Honestly, got a little underdog spirit from the Texans, which is kind of what their whole team gives me the vibe of. And right now, I mean, they're leading in the fucking what is it, the NFC South. So, okay. Cardinals Raiders. I'm gonna go Raiders here. Cardinals just don't have the defensive pressure that the Chargers put on Derek Carr last week, which really made him struggle. Once he's under pressure, he has a turnover problem. I think last 11 games or something like that, he has like 13 fumbles. And he's only lost 6 of them, but he has 13 fumbles or something like that. It's like right around in there, statistics-wise. So yeah, you can't put pressure on him though, which I don't think the Cardinals can. Raiders are gonna probably take off in this game, and we're gonna see that the Cardinals forgot to do their homework again. Is it double XP weekend? I think there's like a literal statistic for Kyler Murray being like 0-24 and 1 tie on double XP weekends for Call of Duty, which is the fucking weirdest statistic. But if it's like, I haven't even verified that, but like, I saw that and it kind of blew my mind a bit. And I want to look into it, but that would take an awful amount of effort. So don't believe everything you read, but like, if that's true, god damn. Bears Packers. Packers don't look good, man. They don't look good. And the moment that you burn Aaron Rodgers, he's not throwing you the ball again, man. You got that wide open touchdown pass, and you just drop it. That guy didn't get targeted until the 3rd quarter after that. That was like the first pass of the game. He didn't get a target until literally the 3rd quarter when Aaron was basically out of options. I don't want to give the Bears the win here, though, because they look like shit, too. Although, Fields looked better than Trey Lance in the fucking absolute tsunami that was that game. You know what? Little upset here. I'm going Bears. 0-2 start for the Packers. I think that their time at the top has ended. I think that they need to realize they need to draft fucking receivers in the first 3 rounds of a draft. So, yeah. All right, Monday night double header on the Monday night game. We got Bills Titans. To be honest with you, the Bills, Super Bowl caliber team versus a team that has Ryan Tannehill at kind of quarterback. That's really where we're at this point. We'll see if they can change it, but the Bills are fucking complete on almost all fronts. That's going to be a brutal game to watch, I'm going to be honest with you. I think the Titans are going to get their asses handed to them. And then Vikings-Eagles, actually my most favored match. Like, I love this matchup. These two teams are going to be so fun to watch on Monday night. The Vikings look electric with Jefferson looking like a freaking offensive player of the year already. Jalen Hurts with his legs is making the Eagles' offense look actually dynamic. And then you have A.J. Brown on top of that. Hurts could be more accurate, and that would help a lot to seal their thing, like to seal it up for them. But the Eagles' defense is really where I have questions. They gave up 30 plus points to the Lions, and I just don't know how good the Lions are yet. I think that they're actually pretty good in terms of like offensive capabilities. But I'm gonna give this one to the Vikings, even though I like both of these teams. I think that actually one of these teams is going to end up being the NFC champion for the Super Bowl this year. I think it's either Vikings or Eagles. Honestly, that might be the preview of the NFL championship game, or NFC championship game. But yeah, that's it for this week. That's all the teams, and those have been my predictions for week 2. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.